Hello everyone, welcome back to Grow Roots. This is Shannon and today it is showtime. We are in North Texas on the border of Zone 8A and Zone 8B. All that said, we don't have any more freezes in our forecast. As a matter of fact, it's not supposed to get below 40 for any of the days in the 14-day forecast, and it is time for me to start planting. I'm so excited. So I already did a majority of the work out here. My first project is this front border right there. And this is the one that I get the most excited about every year. I don't know why. It's just, I think it makes the biggest impact in the garden, and I always kind of plan that one first. And I'm so excited about the plants that I've chosen. I've grouped them together over here so that you could see kind of what they're going to be like when they grow together. But this is Supertunia Vista Jazzberry from Proven Winners. And this guy is very vigorous, and it's just the most beautiful magenta color ever. And so I have picked up 4 of those, and then my plan was to try to find Supertunia Imperial Blue, because that blue purple color really complements and contrasts with the magenta color really well. However, I haven't been able to find any Supertunias really, except the Peachy Keen at Green Acres. It's the only one I've seen so far this year, and I don't want to wait and I don't want to order it. So I found this one at Calloway's, and it's pretty vigorous as well. Like, this is a pretty robust verbena, and I think it's going to do just fine. But what I absolutely love is just the combination. This center color is more of a dark purple in person than it seems, and they look a little more pink on video than they really are. They really are a purple color. But I love like the ombre effect, and I think that they're going to complement the Supertunia Jazzberry beautifully. So I'm going to do every other one, this beautiful verbena and the Supertunia Jazzberry, and they are going to go right along here. So I took out my pansies already, and they're still doing pretty good. There's some browning on them. It has been getting a little bit hot for them, so I can see that they're starting to peter out. I hate to throw things like this away or even give them away, honestly, because their root systems are so amazing and so robust. But I'm going to find a spot for them. I do have some empty pots that I haven't done anything with, so I may just put them there for now. And then I really debated on what to do about this Dusty Miller right here. And what my husband ended up suggesting, because he really likes the Dusty Miller back there, is to take out, because it was a thick screen of white Dusty Miller. So what I did is I took out every other Dusty Miller plant, and I ended up putting them right there. And they are perennial in our area. Wow, they overwintered really beautifully. I mean, this is what they look like over the winter. They may have had some, like, drooping on the tops of them in the wintertime, but just look, it's just absolutely beautiful. So I took every other one out. I think that will give the Supertunia Jazzberry and the verbena a little bit more room. I was worried about them crowding out and not allowing the Supertunia Jazzberry to really kind of extend fully. So even still, I'm kind of worried about that, because these Dusty Miller may just fill right in, and I may end up taking all of them out if they overcrowd the Supertunia Jazzberry. But for now, I think they provide a beautiful contrast in the garden and a beautiful contrast to this pink color with that white. Oh, I think it's going to be really beautiful. So I'm super excited. I'm going to go ahead and film my plantings. Let me talk about this real quick. I have a bin of compost that I will be mixing in with the soil. Although every year, and sometimes twice a year, I add compost to this garden bed, and this has been going on for 12 years probably, that I've been just continually adding compost and organic matter to this garden bed. And when I pulled these pansies up, this soil is so lofty and beautiful, and It's great. And so, but I do want to add some compost to it just to be sure. And then I'm also going to be using biotone. And that is so that it's a fertilizer for the roots. It's not necessarily for, blooms or green growth or anything like that. It's more for the roots than anything else. And so I'll be adding that in there so that they get really good root systems, and I think that will work out really well. So here we go. Okay, so I just spaced them out as it says, which is a minimum of 18 inches apart. These two over here are probably a little closer than 18 inches apart, but I happen to know that this area is somewhat still under the vitex tree, so the annuals that I usually plant here don't grow as big, and so they're spaced a little bit closer together there than they are here. But before I plant them, yay, that actually looks so pretty. I absolutely love it. So now the task is really just to dig some holes, fill them with a little bit of compost, a little bit of biotone, plop them in, and then we'll be done. Woohoo! Yay! I am so excited. This looks amazing. So here we go. So you can see we've got Supertunia Jazzberry with the Verbena. Supertunia Jazzberry Verbena. You get the story. And then we've got some daffodils that were coming up already anyway. The Dusty Miller, which I took every other Dusty Miller out of there. I just absolutely love it. It is kind of exactly how I envisioned, and now I just need it to fill out. You can see just really quick, I've got a red Salvia Greggii coming in and starting to bloom back there with those daffodils. Over here, this Salvia Greggii is the same exact one, it just hasn't started blooming yet, but I've got a hot trumpet salvia that's starting to bloom back there. I'm gonna have dianthus blooming soon. May night salvia is over here and will start blooming soon. And then, as you can see, this is only 2 of the pansies that I pulled out. I put right there. They're not exactly planted, they're just placed there. I'll plant them in just a moment, but I think that actually looks really good there. That was kind of a blank space, so why not? Because they're still doing pretty well. And then I'll show you in the backyard really quick where I put the other pansies. And for now, this Dusty Miller is all in this pot that was almost completely empty, and they're so tall. That pot had a little bit of soil in the very bottom, but it hadn't been filled up with fresh soil yet, and the Dusty Miller is so tall that you can't really even tell. I thank you for joining me today. My front border has now been planted. I don't know how much else I'm going to be able to plant today. I may end up putting it at the end of this video. I may end up creating a separate video, but if I have time before the thunderstorms come, or we're supposed to get rain, not a whole like major downpour of a thunderstorm, but we are supposed to get rain, and I'm trying to beat the rain. But I'm going to try and tackle this 3-tier planter as well. As you can see, it absolutely needs new cocoa fiber, which I have purchased more, and then the proven winners that I purchased from Green Acres will be going here, so that will be really exciting too. And then, oh, I forgot to tell y'all, as I was pulling up the pansies and the Dusty Miller, I found two what I believe to be Rudbeckia seedlings. And again, look how the snails are just eating these alive. I'm pretty sure these are Rudbeckia. It's the same kind of texture and leaf pattern. And like you see right there, that totally looks like Rudbeckia. I had Rudbeckia in my front planter that died, and thankfully it gave me two new seedlings, so I'll still be able to continue Rudbeckia. So that's super fun. Haven't figured out where to put these yet either, but always nice when you have free plants, right? So again, I thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you're inspired to get started in your garden if the temperatures are allowing it, and so excited for the 2024 growing season. It's going to be fantastic. Goodbye, everybody.